Welcome back. From the Veterans Legal Associates, we have O.J. Sosa, President, and Tommy Patillo, Chief Operating Officer here. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
truly appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you. I'm very excited to hear about everything that your nonprofit has to offer veterans. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, I tell you, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to yourself and to your team for giving us the opportunity to come out here and introduce our nonprofit to everybody. I'm proud to say that our nonprofit was just started officially last year.
All right.
So we're about a year and a couple of months old. Obviously, our founder and CEO, he's in Michigan, but he has been putting this together for several years until finally the entire three of us came together, Tommy Patillo, myself, and Scott, who is not here with us. A little bit of the background on that relationship is we were all drill instructors serving at Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego back in 1996, and that's where our friendship and brotherhood started.
Yeah.
And then from there, obviously, we all went separate ways, but eventually we reunited, and we reunited for the right cause, and that cause is Veterans Legal Associates. And we're very proud of our nonprofit because we are the only nonprofit in the entire nation that does what we do. And what we do is we help veterans from all walks of life, from all branches of services, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Space Force, to be able to maneuver through legal problems that they encounter in their walk of life. Obviously, it's not easy for an individual to have to go into a courtroom, especially when that individual is a veteran who's dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder or a traumatic brain injury. And we have found that that's the biggest problem that we're having is the veterans that have those two symptoms alone by themselves trying to deal with what the Corps is throwing at them. It's too much, and I can go into a deep conversation, but the outcome of not having a support group there to help that individual or individuals maneuver through those obstacles and get him the right help and support, and more importantly, also educating the legal side of the house, the core systems. I know that, a lot of the courts in our country have veterans corps, but not all of them. It's a small percentage. Everyone thinks that every corps has a veterans corps. So if you're a veteran and you get into some sort of legal problem, he's okay. Well, he's not, because at his core, there's not a veteran support group there.
Wow.
And that's where we come in. So yeah, we're very excited about that. And now we're going to have that opportunity and that, life saver to give the veteran.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing, and congratulations on 1 year in. My father-in-law is a veteran, a Vietnam vet, so I know how much that would mean to him. And the more I learn about it, I think it's just wonderful what you guys are doing. Can you tell us about your team? You have a very diverse team of professionals.
Absolutely. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Tommy here so he can introduce the team.
Well, thank you for having us again. Our team, I would say handpicked. Handpicked in the sense that we wanted to bring members to our team that we've grown with. So OJ spoke about the history that himself and me and Scott Myers, our CEO, have together. But we're talking about a director of law enforcement. So we have a team that's working with law enforcement with those personnel that's incarcerated right now. Director of legal services. So another member of our team that's working with a team of lawyers to reach out to those veterans and make that connection, because a lot of those veterans don't have the funds to work with lawyers as they get into the justice system. We also have our human resource professionals, to include clinical clinicians that tie those veterans to those counseling capabilities that are out there. And a lot of veterans don't understand that these services are out there for them. The Department of Veterans Affairs has a Veterans Justice Outreach Program. A lot of veterans don't know that Veterans Justice Outreach Program exists. So we tie the Veterans Justice Outreach Program with our clinicians to the veterans that are incarcerated to make sure that they have a tie to show them that it's not just incarceration, but we're talking about rehabilitation for our veterans, and that's important to us.
Wow. Thank you, guys. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, it's so important for us to educate everybody. And when I say everybody, not just the VA personnel that are out there working, not just the law enforcement, not just the people that work, in our local county and federal jails, because you're going to find that a lot of these veterans don't know what they don't know. Mm-hmm. And if that professional that's providing help and accountability to that veteran doesn't know what he doesn't know, then we're wasting time. We're spending those wheels and we're not getting anywhere. So that's where we come in, and we're able to say, hey, let me educate, for example, going to your local academy, your police academies, your sheriff deputy academies, and educating them on how to deal with the veteran. When you approach a veteran who's got severe PTSD, who, let's say, for example, had a domestic violence incident, that veteran might be suicidal. How do you deal with this situation like that? If you come straight off of the academy and they put you in a patrol car and you're out there taking that call, you should be educated on how to handle that, who to call for that assistance.
Absolutely.
Our team takes a lot of pride in making sure that we hold ourselves accountable by ensuring that we educate ourselves and we teach each other and we work together to make sure that we put out there the best product possible in support of our veterans.
How could our viewers at home get involved, volunteer, donate, and what are the websites we can go to provide that information?
Yeah, so www.vetsla.org is our website. It'll show you our mission statement. It'll show you our capabilities, and it'll also show you how you can donate. We have a donate button right there to support our cause. And our cause is small but mighty. And a lot of people don't understand that veterans lose their benefits on the 61st day of incarceration. And people have that same look. Veterans take plea deals because they don't want the veterans to lose, their families to lose their homes. And this is happening to veterans on a daily basis. There's over 552 veterans treatment courts in the U.S. today, and a lot of veterans don't know that these treatment courts exist. So we exist as that conduit to support these veterans, and your donations will help us in support of the veterans that are incarcerated or pending incarceration right now. That 61st day of incarceration is important. And again, veterans are taking plea deals because they don't want their families to lose their homes and their livelihood.
Wow. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for the work that you're doing and providing an opportunity that we can help from home. So I hope our friends at home can donate after they see this, and keep up the great work. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.